Some people don't feel tired because they work too much. They feel tired because they gave too much of themselves to people who never learned how to give back. They feel empty not because they are weak, but because they were strong for too long. They learned early that their value comes from giving. Many of these people grew up being praised for being helpful, quiet, understanding, mature for their age. They learned that love arrived when they were useful, when they comforted others, when they stayed calm, when they didn't cause problems. So they stopped asking, "What do I need?" and started asking, "What do they need from me?" And slowly their own needs became invisible. Some people give so much because they were taught that being needed means being loved. They absorb emotions that aren't theirs. When someone around them is sad, angry, anxious, or overwhelmed, they feel it in their own body. Their chest tightens, their thoughts race, their energy drops. They don't just listen, they absorb. They mistake empathy for responsibility. They feel obligated to carry emotions that were never theirs to carry. And after the conversation ends, they are left feeling hollow, heavy, and confused about why they feel so drained. They give without limits. They don't know when to stop. They don't know how to say, "That's enough for today." They answer messages even when exhausted. They show up even when their body says no. They stay even when they feel used. Because walking away feels like abandonment. Because rest feels like selfishness. And every time they ignore their limits, they lose a little more of themselves. Giving without boundaries doesn't make you kind. It makes you empty. They confuse exhaustion with closeness. For them, love feels intense, heavy, demanding. If a connection drains them, they assume it must be meaningful. They mistake emotional labor for intimacy. They think pain equals depth. But healthy connection does not leave you empty. It leaves you grounded. When someone only takes and never gives, that is not closeness. That is emotional extraction. They disappear instead of asking for help. When they finally feel empty, they don't reach out. They isolate. They tell themselves, "I just need space. I don't want to bother anyone. I'll handle it alone." But what they really need is permission to receive. They don't know how to be supported because they've always been the supporter. You are allowed to receive the same care you give. Feeling empty is a warning, not a failure. Emptiness is not depression. It is not weakness. It is not ingratitude. It is your nervous system saying, "You have given beyond your capacity." When joy fades, when motivation disappears, when even silence feels loud, that is not burnout from work. That is burnout from emotional overgiving. Healing begins when they stop proving their worth through sacrifice. When they realize they don't have to earn rest. They don't have to justify boundaries. They don't have to be endlessly available to be lovable. Healing looks like choosing who gets access to your energy. It looks like shorter conversations, longer pauses, saying no without explanation. At first it feels uncomfortable, but slowly their inner world fills again. Not with noise, but with presence. If this video feels personal, remember this. You are not empty because you lack something. You are empty because you gave everything. And now it's time to give some of that care back to yourself. Thank you for watching. Take care of your energy.